went to court on technical grounds as well, and said, well, the Constitution doesn't recognize this. And 2015 elections, 2015, thank you. They didn't recognize the card reader. And those were some of the technicalities that were involved. Yeah. But argument for technicalities, it doesn't mean that the technicalities sometimes are clear facts.
Yeah, thank God.
Let me raise one to put up.
Because it is a fact that the Constitution doesn't recognize the card reader.
Excuse me.
So technicalities can be clear facts, and if that comes
let me say something. Thank God we also have a lawyer here. You see, the 2015. Sometimes we make the reference River State on card reader. That issue started in Lagos State.
No, we're not in Lagos State. We are not in Lagos State. We are in River State.
No, it appears that River State. No,
this is where it happened. We have adequate knowledge about. So that is
we're
why
Nigeria. We're in Nigeria. So we are talking of the issue of card reader, and the River State don't have INEC. The conductor is INEC federal.
What does our Constitution say, or the Electoral Act for INEC? What does it support as our means for conducting elections?
Excuse me, Andrew. One, I have heard that there was an amendment.
And what did the amendment spell?
This is what I'm saying. That amendment, honestly speaking, I don't have that constitution. I thought that the constitution is still
if you don't have it, without
excuse me.
You get that information that has the explanation.
Let me finish. INEC came out with a guideline. And that guideline made it mandatory that card reader must be deployed, must be used.
For
this 2019.
For voting or for verification?
Excuse me.
Because that would also affect the case of Amara if he was going to prove beyond reasonable doubt.
Excuse me.
Hold on. You're going to come back.
So I'm saying, excuse me.
I'm not done that.
No. You said that the card reader, there was a guideline released by INEC that the card reader must be used. And I'm saying now, used for what? Verification or voting?
Okay. Now, the card reader was used, and there was a guideline. Excuse me, there was a guideline. Let me finish now. Let me land. There was a guideline that the card reader is mandatory. Now,
for verification of voting, I think that's what when we settle that.
If for voting now, for voting.
So yes. The card reader was used for voting.
For voting, yes.
Okay.
We use it. That voting is different from. Excuse me.
No. Voting. If that's what you're saying,
yes.
That the card reader was used for voting. Did you vote with the card reader?
Voting, verification, and the casting of ballot are part of voting. They are part of voting.
So if you're going to count how many votes went to a candidate, would you count the number of people verified in the card reader to be the number of people that voted for an individual?
Andrew, you see, you are talking something about voting, or are you talking of collation of the vote?
No, I think most of us
voting is
what brought about this was technicalities you mentioned. When you said technicalities and all of that things. Now, if we go to the ballot, we saw the elections, and what INEC said and the guidelines that they wrote out is how, first of all, you get verified before you can vote.
Yes.
So, on that note, I can even fault you to say that
before
verification is not voting. You vote. Casting your vote is quite different from being verified.
No,
from being verified. Obidima, give me a minute first. Give me a minute, I'll come to you. Give me a minute. I've also voted. Now, we saw even our leaders went to vote. You first go to the card reader machine, and they use that to verify you because you've been registered.
Yes.
And that machine would authenticate whether or not you are the ideal person who really is coming to vote. And your voter's card is valid. And once that is done, you move to the cubicle where you now go to cast your vote.
Yes.
Now, you were not doing that using a card reader.
Yes.
A paper was given to you that had the various political parties on, and then you thumb print, and then you go put in the box. You thumb print on which party you are voting for.
That's not electronic vote. We didn't use electronic
voting. The card reader voted.
No, we did not. It was not electronic. We did not vote electronically. We did not vote electronically. But the point there is that, was there any guideline like what we had in the tribunal?
What kind of guideline?
Excuse me, we had in the tribunal that there were two guidelines
Which
one was something about technicians, registration technicians, which they were trained how to do what?
Transmit
the result. Then there was this guideline of using the card reader.
Okay.
Not incident form.
No,
okay.
I understand where
let's listen.
Let's listen to where Ebidima is going to. It's not helping us here in the studio at all. Let us leave what is happening at that presidential. What do they call it?
Tribunal.
Good. Let us leave it there. I said earlier on, the judges know what to do. And the end will justify the means. So let's leave all these things. It doesn't concern us. What we are talking about is our AAC in Rivers State.
And technicalities involved.
And you see, the way I look at issues, I am not using the legal aspect of it because I'm not a lawyer, but as an enlightened member of the society of this country. When you want to go for a case against anybody, keep your house in order. No, you see, in the place I come from, they say a wine tapper follow one course or one road, one track, bush track, so that if all these tools you carry on your waist, each of them fall off. There's no other way you've entered. You come back, you'll be able to pick it. I am the lawyer to AAC. This one pops up. I am the lawyer to AAC. Another one pops up. And that time, the main issue, the time was going. Remember this thing we are talking about has time.
Yes.
And as it stands now, if you go to appeal, which they have every right, constitutional right to go to. Now, if they go there and the appeal says, gentlemen, in the tribunal you were hasty and all that, if I go back, is the time also static, waiting for them? You see, we have to use our own intelligence and the technicality before the judges even pronounce
their technicality.
So, as it stands now, let us just leave AAC to go on appeal because nobody can stop that. Even if it reaches Supreme Court or wherever, in the end, we know who wins. Because as it stands on technicality, that's why I said, technicality or no technicality, you have delayed because you could. What do you expect that judge to do? You don't know. This one, perhaps the brief, according to you people, the first lawyer has taken a different one. Another one is coming to take a different one. And which one will he judge on? And the issue, that's why he said abandoned. At that time, you left the main issue, whether they call it substantive issue or whatever. So for me, the tribunal has come up. And all I understand, as far as now is concerned, it has been struck off at the tribunal level.
So we'd have to wait to see whether they push the case forward to the appeal.
Send them back. Will the time be there? Left for what we are going to see.
The issue of technicality has been addressed in the by Oputa panel, as he then was, Justice Oputa as he then was. While he was delivering a judgment, he said, where technical justice prevail, natural justice will prostrate. The essence is that the court cannot do away with technical justice. It forms part of a judgment, but over time it has deprived, persons of their justices. It have deprived so many persons of, justice, and that is why you cannot discountenance the fact. Even in the Sena climb, technical justice is there, but the issue is that how do we come to do away with technical justice? It has become part of our legal system. And that is why lawyers that are chasing justice, voyaging through the path of justice, we must be very careful in asserting our legal rhetorics, do proper research. Because why people have lost over time is as a result of what? Delay. Sometimes time is of essence. In every court system, from tribunal to appeal, there is a time bound. But sometimes, some of these litigants don't understand. Most of the petitioners does not understand. They think they have all the time. In the case of Awara, like I said, in fact, it pains me that I'm holding brief, but I don't want to hold brief Awara. I think
you are not holding brief. We are not in court.
We are not in court. Yes.
The matter
and the matter has been settled. At that level,
the matter has been abandoned. And at this point, I'm sure if they succeed in going to appeal, that is if they succeed, because so many things happens in Nigeria. The industry of the judiciary have been hijacked. But I know that there are justices who are ready to say the truth, and they will stand by the truth. I'm sure it will be thrown away, even on
All
the
right.
field.
All right, let's quickly attend to callers. We'll take some of your text messages first before we go to our phone lines. This one said we started with parliamentary system to presidential system. World over, ranches are in practice. Why are we not adopting it? I've said it severally that these increased herders, farmers clashes are premeditated to give birth to Ruga. In future, it will be difficult for a Southerner to win a presidential election. All Fulanis that are settled will vote against any Southern candidate. We should be bold enough to stop wasting and shedding innocent bloods. Nigeria is overdue for separation, given the discussions coming from both divides. Ojuku PC from Port Harcourt. Greetings, Andrew, and the noble guests in the studio. Regarding the discourse at stake, Ruga, firstly, Andrew, let me ask you this question. If you're a parent, father, and 80% of your attention is given to a particular child in the midst of others in the family, what are you creating in the family? Please, let's be frank with ourselves. Despite the fact that we're analysts, what is basically expected of us is to say the truth and stand on. You and I know that with different current events going on in this country, it's gradually leading this country to a state of anarchy if brilliantly not handled by those at the helms of affairs. Therefore, I believe that is not what majority of Nigerians would like to experience, because the civil war experience is still traumatized in a lot of Nigerians. Like as they say, a stitch in time saves 9. Thanks. I just want to make common sense. Carlton from Port Harcourt. Issues of suspended Ruga settlement. For me, we may be going round and round the circle in suspicions, fear of dominance of a section of the country, destroy ourselves. Why the crust of our real problems lies somewhere. Once was Bakassi Peninsula, which Nigeria had lost grip of, courtesy of civil war agreement. Next was the unending Boko Haram insurgents, abduction of Nigerian children. This not been settled. Herders who had been with us for decades are now demanding settlement all over the country. I would suggest that we ask our leaders, especially the ones who lead the civil war, to come clear of any agreement they reach with neighboring countries in the course of the civil war. Doing so, we can prefer lasting solution, lost from our order. Many have also pointed out that perhaps some agreements we entered during the civil war with some countries could also be a reason why we're having what we're having in Nigeria, allegedly to implement those agreements. But then those agreements are coming now to meet stiff resistance based on new laws that have been implemented in the country over the years. There are many ideas to this particular matter, but until the government comes out and confirms that these are the reasons, it will be very difficult or unfair for us to stand and say this is why this is happening. Also here, Andrew, God bless Obidima for his stand on Ruga. How can a government think the best way to stop herdsmen killing is Ruga settlement? Instead of going to fish out the killers among them, they want them to settle in each state. Very incompetent government. Sonny from Azwoba. Good morning, I'm Ernest from Woji. All I'm hearing is hate. Instead of we to hold our government accountable, both local, state and federal. Somebody's busy telling us to prepare for war. We are talking about lands when in few years' time, people in the USA, Russia, China, and other Western countries are leaving Earth to go to space. People like... Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. And that's a point though. We're arguing about lands here. Countries like China and America are arguing about living lands on the moon and lands in Mars.
He must understand that all those countries have existed, some of them more than 100 years.
And had this issue, some 500 years.
And they have funded research. That is why we need to talk. We need to, how does government fund research? Do we really fund research here? Do we encourage research? So these are the disabilities that is being found in government. So people like us will talk.
This one says, Andrew, good morning. You are giving Obidima Avenue to incite people by his call for preparation to fight back. Is fighting back a solution to Nigeria's problem? DK from PH. I don't think we're giving him avenue. Many people have said, I think this is the point being made. I think I'll say something from this now. We had the Northern group say some statements that would be quoted as insightful.
Yes,
I don't think, DK, you came out to say somebody's giving them the platform, because they made that statement on the popular TV channel. Did you tell the TV channel?
These are the people who are supporting this.
I'm not giving. This is not a yardstick for you to then begin to make such statements. Remember, I'm just trying to make a point.
Yeah.
So, on the long run, if we look at ourselves, politicians even say, "Don't make inciting comments. Don't make inciting comments during elections." But they make inciting comments. We have people who make comments that can be termed inciting.
Has it been investigated?
Has it been investigated? Now, T.Y. Danjuma came out before and said, Nigerians, defend yourself. Look at the situation on ground. Many would tag that as insightful.
I don't think it's insightful.
And that isn't. So I don't think if someone says that this is what's happening and IPOB, I think we've spoken here on this platform many times that they have said people in the East should begin to prepare to defend themselves.
Self-defense is legitimate.
We don't say that it's inciting anybody to violence. Sometimes, this one says, sometimes I'm shocked that some of you media figure, you know the truth, yet you'll be calling issues. Keep protecting your license. So God bless the last speaker. We have to be ready. I think it's referring to you now. Tony Johnsley said that one. This one says, good day, presenters. I answer OT from Eli Brada Emoha. I don't know why every PNB agenda to better the country is always criticized by PDP and the bar. What do without considering the positive effects? For Ruga, I'm in support of it because in my area, the herdsmen and their animals have been destroying our crops year in, year out. And that's where Khan came from when Khan said, if you're settling the herdsmen who destroyed the farms of other people and displaced them, how do you then compensate for these people who also suffer some loss? It has to be holistic. That's their own ground. That's their own point. And that's where some other people are coming from. And some people are also looking at antecedents, the pattern or history, what history has to say. Please, Khan should strictly stay out of this. I think Mr. Emma also pointed that out. This is not religious. So why is Khan speaking on this ground?
I think I have to, Andrew, I have to say this. Khan's position is not, you must understand that Khan is...
They are stakeholders.
Remember that most of the carnages that were done to churches.
Yes.
And they are representing those people. And if Khan doesn't speak, even with cynic Islamic,
many have said
Islamic clerics come out to condemn to make condemnations of. So I don't think that it is in a wrong position, because at that point you are representing a body. You know, Khan is not just one person. Khan represents the body of Christian religion,
and they have huge members.
They equally have a right to speak. For if there is a rot in Nigeria, they equally have a right
to speak about it.
Okay. Yeah, they make input. I think they've not done anything in that way.
This is not a religious issue. Can members can speak as individual stakeholders? No, don't tell me no.
That's
don't tell me
opinion.
no. This is Emmanuel Dukwe's opinion and not Obedimas. No, what I'm saying is this. I asked a question. Are we trying to ignite fire or to extinguish it? What if whatever equivalent they have in the Islamic world, now which is Nigeria, for instance, if that body come up, can release, they release, are we now maintaining peace or what? The political authorities should deal with this. But every member, like Emmanuel Dukwe is talking, who is a citizen of Nigeria, has every right to speak on this. You are telling me about churches alone. Is it churches that are suffering from the herdsmen attack?
Some mosques were also destroyed.
The point there is that
if you say they are making their statement because they are stakeholders in the country, understandable.
And
I said that. But he's saying if they are coming to speak as a leader of Khan, coming to say government should do this, don't give lands, don't do that, then that might be faulted.
That's why
But if they say that, the government should tackle this problem in this manner, so people don't continue to die.
That's why they are stakeholders.
Let me tell you. There was one time when Ayo Orisa Jafo was the Khan president. I don't know if
he was very vocal.
There was something that happened at
Suleja,
when they killed so many persons. And likely when they were tracing, it was a church in Suleja, that was bombed. And we saw the same thing in somewhere at Kaduna. The same thing replicated.
Can you also count the number of mosques that were destroyed?
No, but it has been targeted.
Yes.
Now, but what do you expect Khan to do? He was called to make an interview, even in white television. Now, so Khan does not only protect its member, Khan has a responsibility of speaking to the Christian community.
Because
they are speaking to the authority. The authority has if you calligraph the attitude of government in terms of these killings, government have not come out to say something or take responsibility.
Let's pause on Khan then. I tire for Obidima on this article matter. If I may ask, how does card reader authentication recognize who voted for APC or PDP at the back server from Stan? Well, we were explaining that from the witness who also came during the article. I was in the morning on the newspaper review. Well, fortunately, he was here because he also was part of that conversation. Maybe Stan, you didn't get that point, but we are also trying to wrap our heads around because we're beginning to see more light on this issue, but we just have to wait for it. It's at the tribunal now, so commenting too much on it would be inappropriate. Let them finish, and we'll get more information.
Like
then we'll know.
even
it has been settled at one level.
No, at the level
that's settled, we can talk.
You want to progress.
Good morning, Andrew. The federal government should acknowledge that that they are being mute to the terror and danger that this group of headsmen have inflicted on its citizens has been the reason why people are rejecting the idea of Ruga. But I must tell you the truth, our language of peace has been the reason why these headsmen are taking advantage of us. I think it's high time we speak a language of war. Amechi from Oyigbo. Well, if you would lead the war, Amechi, and be in front, well, maybe you find people that will support you. And Obidima is here.
It will not come
And over the time, the actions of these headsmen have not been curtailed. And my colleague said here, sometimes you need a kind of resistance, and that is the only way. Because if government cannot come in, look, self-defense is acclaimed in the constitution, and because it's proclaimed, it shouldn't be tagged an offense. At this point, it has gotten to the apogee that I'm sure most communities, there is a consciousness that is going on now, that there is a kind of attempt. There is an attempt to grab land.
Let's just rush a few more messages. Let's rush a few more messages and go to the phone lines. Greetings, house. I advise Awara not to spend any of his little money again on any more in court. He should use it to invest. Okay, excellent from Port Harcourt. People in the house, let me ask, if land is given to Ruga people, grass on that land finish, where would they feed their cattle? That's another question though, because there used to be grass in the north, and then perhaps it's not growing as much as they expect, and then there's a need to move. There's also a shortage of water, and I've been asking, why haven't you been asked to supply water?
Yes, remember there is a settlement. So I don't know. I'm sure that government will want to provide.
Reginald from Port Harcourt. I think irrigation. Reginald has asked a very critical question now. Okay, let's see this last one, and then we'll go to the phone lines. Good morning, brothers in the studio. Please, Mother Unduko is far from point. Which point is it far from? You did not state.
That's his opinion.
That's your opinion. Let's go to the phone lines quickly and get some of the text, some of your calls. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Yes, you're welcome. Your name, please.
Yeah, my name is Ahuti Chima. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Okay, Chima, go ahead.
Yes, Andrew, I want to blame Mr. President for the threat that is going on this about the Ruga issue. I think the government has failed to be able to tackle this issue, considering the fact that they say this Ruga was for the benefit of all. So I believe if they are really mean that this Ruga is for the benefit of all, it should not be imposed, and there should not be threat regarding anything that has to do with Ruga, because it's for everybody. It's something that concerns Nigerians. And I blame Mr. President because so many threats have gone on. Every day we had threats from the same people. Even as our politicians told us that we are one Nigeria, but yet some threats that are coming out from these people, the president has decided to swear the undercarpet, treated the matter with levity. So I think Mr. President has to be blamed for this. And we have heard when the headmen, the Fulani, Meti Allah, came out to say that they have some bandits among them. What is the actions of the federal government? Today, they have not done anything. So many threats every day. The government has not done anything. And the Ruga issue. And I heard also that this Ruga issue, when they came up with it, Mr. President delegated the matter to the office of Vice President, who is in charge of NLCP. You understand? And at the end of the day, some people came out and announced that they have gathered land for the Ruga without the consent of Mr. President. You understand? And the question remains, who is in charge of this government? Honestly, who is in charge? I think Mr. President is being taught by the wings of those he has surrounded himself with. Honestly, he has failed to realize that Nigeria
Thank you very much, Chima. Thank you, Chima.
So Ruga, it should not be something you impose on people.
All right, thank you, Chima. You made your point. We have to take another call now. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Kennedy calling from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead, Kennedy.
Okay. You see this Ruga issue, I want you to do me a favor, Anybody that calls and say he's for the Ruga, just ask him if he will agree, maybe his compound is empty land near his compound, to have herdsmen for 1 week in their house. They will never agree. These people that are calling to support Ruga, they know that Ruga is bad. Everybody who has at least who knows, who is conscious, knows that Ruga is bad because of the people involved. I've said this before. Did you not hear when the Ruga chairman was pursued out of a slaughter market by Hausa people there? They said that the land was given to them by the federal government, that the state government cannot stop them there because they are doing some things that, some bad things that the chairman went there because they chased him out in this river state. These people, if you allow them to stay a place, tomorrow you say you want to use that place, they will never go out from that place. That is their problem. That is why people are saying no to them. You understand? In that station, now, if government say, okay, today I leave this place, the highest you can do is to go to court. But Fulani herdsmen will not go to court. They will bring arrow and knife and wait for anybody that will come there to proceed them. That is the problem.
All right, thank you very much. But then again, I think it's something that we should look at now, which would be a certain stereotype that has been placed on this particular group of persons, and that's a serious concern. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. We'll come back to that to sort it out. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
You're welcome. Good morning.
It's Oscar calling from Mumbai.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes, I have not seen any rationale comparing herdsmen, comparing the said there are headers in the south, there are headers. I can't understand why our people are talking like this. Which of the German goes about carrying cattle up and down? Which Equatorial goes about carrying cattle up and down and destroy people's farm and kill them? Cattle rearing is a primary occupation of Fulani herdsmen, Fulani people, and they are the ones causing all this problem. And our president is there, is not doing anything. Rather, he is trying to bring something that will favor his people. That's just what is happening in the country. And these people are here with us, and more are coming. They are preparing to conquer the land. That's what they said from their grandfathers. So I don't know why we from this southeast is doing all these carrying things behind the under, and they will be behaving as if they don't know what is happening. There is trouble in the land. If we that are here, we don't know. I want to say it categorically that there is trouble in this land. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your contribution. All right, so quickly, let's state this. Let's state this quickly. Say that we don't have. Let's not begin to say that a particular set of people are responsible for the violence. It would not be very fair to put it that way. Even though many would say that it's a particular, this is an occupation to a particular tribe, we also know as well as it is now, like as has been stated by the presidency and security agencies, that we have people also who may not be from within the country who are part of this business that could also be causing violence. So to just stand and stereotype a particular group of people might not be something that would encourage you to do on air. We would try as much as possible to be professional and to also respect the rights of any group of persons or tribe in Nigeria. So I would encourage us to also watch the language and not begin to directly paint a particular group of people in bad light, because there are bad people in any of the ethnic groups across Nigeria. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. Hello, good morning. Please, can you speak up? We can barely hear you. We can barely hear you. You might have to call us back. Hello. I lost that call. All right, do well to call us back. The lines are still very open. 0817-000951 and 0810-951-0951. Hello, Today 95.1 FM.
Hello, Andrew.
Yes, you're welcome. Good morning.
Morning to everybody in the studio there. If it's not Fulani herdsmen, then who are they? Have DSS here. Yeah? If they have been killing people, not pick out one single person. So don't just say they are not Fulani. They are Fulani people. You see, the monopoly of trouble, nobody has it, as one of their guests have said it. Like when I was small, one guy used to beat me every time. One day I decided to pick courage to fight back. I fought him back. Look, it was tough. I fought him. We wounded ourselves. In that day, the guy stopped threatening me. Every day, if he sees me to come out to play, he will give me a crack on my head. Every time he sees me, he say, "Oh, go away, here is not your mate, your mate is not here." Every time beating me. So one day I pick courage. I said, today, me and this guy will go die here. And I fought back. I think that's what we are going to do. We don't have to sit down for me to be dying anyhow. If they threaten, we threaten our own also. Nobody has monopoly of trouble. I mean, what is happening? We'll be in this country. Somebody will just come and take my life, and I will sit down and watch. No way. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. The SMS portal is still very open, so yeah, you can send in more of your text messages. We'll be taking those messages shortly, but then we'll also encourage your calls even more. Hello, good morning to Today 95.1 FM.
Good morning, Andy.
Yes, you're welcome.
It's Mascot calling from Port Harcourt.
Okay, go ahead, Mascot.
Yeah. You see, the case of Awara has no case, honestly. Both in the eyes of the law and in the eyes of God, Awara did not win any election. He did not win.
What do you mean by the eyes of God?
Everybody knows that Awara, that is what I mean.
Not everybody knows. If everybody knows, there will be people who support him and follow him to court.
Majority of Rivers people.
I think it's safer if you say you know.
Simple.
Okay, I know.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes,
I know.
leave it at you.
I know that I come to Awara as a candidate of a political party just 24 hours to the election. So, and publicity is very important in an electoral process, in winning election. So, if the case was dead on arrival, even before the case was brought to court, was dead on arrival. From CEC8 and all those things, even if the case was not dismissed now, he couldn't have won that case. So, he did not win. So I'm happy. Let him not bother. Like what the man said, to go to appeal to do this. All these things wouldn't work out. Look at what happened at the Supreme Court last week. The Supreme Court used a mere technicality, mere court rule, which is not to recognize the Constitution, to trash out a good case of Senator Ademola Adeleke. Everybody accepted because they have their own rule, their court rule, and said that no, the man that read the least judgment wasn't there, and therefore everything was an nullity. And it was accepted. That was why I said last week, and I want to say it again, that there are three things that are incongruous with our jurisprudence in this country. One is expertise order. How can you barb a man's head in his absence? Expertise order is criminal. A stay of execution. How can you stay an execution of a case when you have not dealt with the case on a substantive basis? And cases coming from the Supreme Court should be unanimous, Andy. It should be unanimous because anything that is coming out from the Supreme Court is law and is accepted. When there is divided judgment, which one are we going to believe? Like in the case of Senator Ademola Adeleke. So cases coming out at least from the Supreme Court should be unanimous because cases from the Supreme Court can be quoted in the Nigeria law report. It is locus classicus. It can be used as a local standard by appellants or anybody appealing for any case. Therefore, my take is that I want us to go and sit down. God, he has no test. Thank you.
No, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. But he, as a Nigerian, has his right to decide whether or not he wants to further the case. No matter what, you don't have privileged information to what he knows or what he has. So if he decides to say he wants to continue with the case, he has every right to do so. We'll take one more call and then we'll begin to wrap things up on the show. Hello.
Hello.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning to everybody in the studio. There is something I heard from one of the gentlemen there that if we have to separate, that we will lose. So
everybody would lose.
Yes, I want him to tell me what we will lose because I have resources and they not have the resources and the West have the resources. We can exchange this we can trade goods for groundnut. We can trade oil for.
What are you saying? If we separate, Dr. Sedo said we all would lose if we separate.
I want you to tell me that thing that we are going to lose. What we are going to lose.
A lot of things. Nigeria is everybody. Onions. You are aware that agriculturally there are some things we can't grow here because of how the soil we have. And they can grow over there.
And there are beds that are there that are not.
There are certain things that are there that are not here. Whether you like it or not, it's true.
Yes, we have it here, and then we can trade for what you have.
But when you are trading, then it's not as Nigeria. It's between different countries, so it's not different.
It will not be easy.
Yeah, it won't be easy.
No. The possibility, you can see it clearly that the possibility is not there. The people on top is a deliberate attempt for them to make sure that they don't give you the policy that will make that possible. And we are seeing it every day. And now what you are saying, telling me that we are going to lose from if we. What do you mean? I want to know what we are going to. Is it the name Nigeria?
I think you still haven't explained. Nigeria would lose everything.
Everything
would lose a lot of things.
Look at South Sudan.
Are you talking about North Korea and South Korea?
Okay. From this military, what have we gained?
It will still presume war.
Well,
what have we gained?
There will be no loss. All right. Thank you very much.
I don't think I understand, please.
Okay, there would be. You think there would be no loss? Thank you very much. All right, we have to wrap up. We don't have a lot of time anymore. Let's begin to take our final words on the show. Wati, let's start with you quickly.
I think so far we have to, the federal government, there is a whole bulk of attention and confidence of the electorate on the side of the federal government. They should try and rebuff the fact that the intentions of Nigeria on what they believe by headsmen. There is this, belief that each time headsmen, violence, death, these are the factors that work with headsmen. Federal government will try to ameliorate and create a consciousness, a new consciousness, wherein Nigerians will begin to believe that this is, even though it's associated with some of them, but the federal government should equally assume the role of a father by not allotting, interest on one side. It has to be holistic in terms of reconciling the issues. It is becoming enigmatic to reconcile the headsmen, farmers, violence. Federal government will have to come out for the first time to at least tell Nigerians that indeed that most of the white papers will be implemented on how to resolve the headers, farmers clash before they come up with Ruga, because Ruga will not work. It is only when all these things and the disability, the fracture that is with 1979 Land Use Act, all those things, those bottlenecks will have to be reconciled. And secondly, this is not a problem that Nigeria needs now. We have to fight to build our economy, where the unemployment situation will be reconciled. Those that have graduated will have employment. That is what we should be looking at. Then secondly, in the area of Awara and all the rest, I think if I'm to advise Awara, I would make an appeal that he should find a way to work with the state government, haven't given an olive branch. Others have embraced the same olive branch. Let him not be shy. America copied their constitution from Britain. They are not shy. They are still using it. Let him work together. This state will move forward.
Obidima.
Yeah, for me, Ruga is an anachronistic policy. And the government, in trying to promote the welfare of first men, should first and foremost disarm them. They should be disarmed. And two, our people should not allow themselves to be psychologically defeated. Because if you are psychologically defeated, you'll be physically defeated. So what we have to do first and foremost is to win the psychological war that is going on now, which this herdsman has unleashed on the nation. So if we fight back psychologically and win the war psychologically, if they are even coming physically, we can square up with them physically. But let government also take steps to restructure this country. In not restructuring this country, you are only keeping a time bomb that can explode anytime. And anything that will not promote the general welfare of Nigerians should be abandoned. Thank you.
All right. And Emmanuel Ndukwe.
Well, I certainly believe that government does not have a place for inflammatory statements. And if that is true, and as I believe it is, because they've been saying it all along, let them get after the Youth Coalition of the North, because I believe that Nigerians have right to express what they want and what they don't want. It does not constitute any nuisance to anybody, or it does not become offensive to anybody. And once they have started saying that they will make the North ungovernable for people that are from other sections but that are there, they should remember quite vividly that no section of this nation has monopoly of wisdom.
All right.
Wisdom and violence.
All right. Thank you very much. That's how we wrap it up for today on today's quest. Bedima, journalist, public affairs analyst, Wardi Chimenem Esquire, member, Civil Liberty Organization, and spokesman appraiser for good governance in River State. And we also had Dr. Austin Sado, lecturer at Linguistic and Communication Studies, University of Port Harcourt, as well as Mr. Emmanuel Ndukwe with us in the studio. Until tomorrow, gentlemen and listeners out there, ladies inclusive, I know ladies listen to us too. Until tomorrow, do have a lovely, lovely afternoon. My name remains Ifeemi Andrew, and Entertainment Today comes up next.
Wake up, it's a lovely day out there.
You've been listening to Today's Quest here on Today 95.1.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Join us next time, weekdays from 6 to 11 a.m. on Today 95.1.
Wake up to Today's Quest.
Wake up.
All the news and information you need in one go. Get started with the best of sports, lifestyle, analysis, and Annie.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Can you feel it? Wake up to Today's Quest with Annie on Today 95.1 FM from 6 to 11 a.m. weekdays. Fantastic.
I'm T-Red calling from Imo State.
My name is White calling from Bayelsa.
Hello, yes, this is Udwa calling from Akwa Ibom.
My name is John calling from Bayelsa.
Shamaka calling from Abia.
This is Toya calling from Bayelsa. I'm Divine calling from Port Harcourt.
With over 8 million listeners glued to this dial, why not take advantage
and showcase your product
and services to the world with rates that wouldn't break your back?
Visit us at number 1 Today FM Drive off East West Road, Rumekini, Port Harcourt, or our city office, 21 Orobon Crescent, GRA Phase 2, Port Harcourt.
Give us a call today on
0803 35 57 986 or 0810 128 2937.
We are your number 1 talk radio station. Today, 95.1 FM, voice of the people.
You got a fetish for my love. Been waiting for a lifetime for you.
Listen to Entertainment Today
every weekday
at 11:30 a.m.
And I'm so I don't even mind.
Every weekday
at 11:30 a.m.
Only on Today 95.1 FM,
voice of the people.
and I just vibe to the song. I love it. It sounds cool. Entertainment, Cheeto Keys, and with and the title of this one, Fee Body. Fee Body, but move your body, like just your body. It's what it is. Anyways, shout outs to all of you guys who stayed tuned and waited for the show. And you're welcome. Officially now we're here, entertainment today on your premium talk radio station, Today 95.1 FM. I am the coolest kid on radio, the guy you just have to love. You can call me Trace. Yep. You just heard the band on the background. That was Mokova. You can download the band and Slim Case. Anyways, let's get to the business of the day. Today is our Waka Stay Tuesday. All right, you know what this means, guys? It means I get to bring you a song from an up and coming act. I play it on the show, you listen to it, and then you call me up when I open the phone lines and let me know whether or not you vibe to the song. If you vibe to it, you tell me stay. If you don't vibe to it, you tell me waka. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. Very simple. So yes, and I have a song from a very talented young man. And you know how we cut across genres, right? We don't just stay with hip hop. Sometimes I do hip hop, other times I do pop, other times I do R&B, Afro pop, Afro whatever, gospel, in fact. And today happens to be one of those days where I'll get to play you a gospel song as well. Yeah, so, and I wouldn't want you guys to say the song is great because it's talking about God. God will forgive you if you say the song is whack. There's nothing wrong in it. But yes, actually it's a song from a brother to a colleague of ours, all right? His name is Isaac. He's supposed to be on the show today, but, well, one reason or the other, it isn't here yet. But we're going to listen to the song, and I'll let you guys decide the faith of that song. Anyways, let's give a birthday shout out to all of you people who are celebrating today. I don't know wherever you are, man. I love you. That's all I can say. And because it's your birthday, I'm excited for you. It's not really easy to, add a feather to your cap. So yeah, congratulations on that one. You know how I said the cap there? It sounded like DJ Spinall, the cap. Anyways, happy birthday to you all. But you must also know that you're celebrating alongside a few celebrities, all right? I know you're a celebrity yourself, but O.J. Simpson did stuff you haven't done yet. So you have the ability to do it if you want to. So happy birthday to O.J. Simpson. He's a football player. He's 71 years old now. Was born in San Francisco, California. And you know all the saga that went with O.J., right? Jay-Z even had a song, O.J. One thing, two. I don't want to use the word. It wasn't really appropriate. But also a happy birthday to Ashley Young of Manchester United. All right. Yeah, congratulations to Ashley Young, who's 33 years old and still young. That brother doesn't age. I think himself and Pharrell Williams, doctors should get their DNA and begin to study them because these guys could get the treatment that ladies need to always look young. And you just haven't looked in that direction. So happy birthday to him and happy birthday to every other person out there who's celebrating today, guys. Congratulations to you. Well, come this Sunday, it might not be celebration for some people, especially members of the Big Brother Naija house. What do they even call this one? Pepper Dem Gang? Is that what they call it? Or Pepper Dem? The show itself is great, but I'm just not vibing to the people in the house for this one. Even though I love two people, I can manage to say, yo, these two guys, yeah. But I don't think that people in the house really meet the essence of Big Brother when it first started. And for those people who keep asking the questions, what do you learn from Big Brother? Trust me, you learn a lot, unless you don't listen properly. All right, and I know many people don't listen properly. You can take that from me. That people tell their stories, people give their instances, things that happen to them, and those are stuff you can learn from. Whether you agree or not, you can learn from those stuff. You can learn from the experience of people. People have careers. You learn stuff by listening to the conversations. And that's why when you're picking people you like, don't just pick people that give you fun. Look out for people who are also intelligent and have something good to tell you on the show. Because some of us are just taken by, oh, she beautiful. Oh, she my friend. Oh, he beautiful. Oh, he got tattoos. Oh, he did, he that. No, that's not what we're talking about. Intelligence, people. Intelligence. That's the next level, right? Okay. So in the Big Brother Naija house, some people are up for eviction. 5 of them. 5. All right. We're talking about Tacha. Oh, All the Team Tasha people in the building. She's up for eviction, yo. All right, we got some Tasha fans in the building. You guys just pick up your phone and begin to vote. That's what it means. Spend your money, show some love. And it's funny how I spend my money to vote for you to keep you in the house, and then you win the money at the end of the day. Like, that's painful. No, I don't see the yastic. Like, look at the rationale. Like, I spend my money to keep you in the house. It's like I spend my money to help you win money, and I don't get to get the money. And then you win the money, and then you get a PA, get a manager, get a what. I can't even access you. It's unfair, guys. Really unfair. But anyways, stuff happens. So Tasha is up for eviction. Ella is up for eviction. Mercy is up for eviction. Chemo Prize is up for eviction. Old ladies and Sadi all up for possible eviction. Let's wait and see. Fellow housemates nominated them though, so yeah. And they just packed all these ladies together. Like, guys, what do you want to turn the house into now? I'm beginning to say, I don't know. Is this going to be an all guys affair? Like, come on, we need some of the ladies in there. I'm not saying for personal reasons, but come on, man. You know, you need some beauty in there. Some beauty mixed with some handsomeness makes chocolate cool. I don't know what you're doing. Why would you? Well, that's what they are doing. I don't know what the reasons are, but you have to wait for weekend to find out. All right. And shout outs to Rema as well. Rema came into the music scene courtesy Jonesing World. Let me correct this, ladies and gentlemen. Because I think Nigerians, we don't do proper research when we just give accolades to people. Everybody's all Don Jazzy Mavins, Don Jazzy found. No. Rema came into the music scene. First person you should respect is the Prince, all right? Because the Prince actually started off with that guy. Signed to Jonesing World. Jonesing World is a subsidiary record label, I think, on the Mavins. I don't know what the arrangement is, but it worked out that way. It was Jonesing World thing and then now into Mavins thing, and that's how it's working. So please, whenever you hail Don Jazzy, don't forget to remember the Prince. All right, people? I just wanted to clear the air on that one. But on the boy Rema himself, he dropped his EP. It was great. Trap music. A lot of people vibe to it, but not like many Nigerians. You know, like my mom doesn't know what that is. But if you ask my mom, do maybe she good. She understands what you're saying. That's where we are right now. So another problem I had with Rema was I couldn't really get what he's saying. Like, make a pom, make a pom pom pom, make a pom, make a gee, then the pom pom pom, your body kakara, make a pom pom pom. Like, okay, what are you saying? Like, I don't have any problems with you, bro. I love the sound. I love the style. It's all young and yopey and people vibe to it. But don't come and say you want to change the youths of Nigeria with your music. What kind of music? Make a pom, pom, pom. Is that what you're changing us with? But that's what he says. Let me quote Rema. I didn't say I'm Spider-Man. I said I am like Spider-Man. I came to save the youths through my music. When I said sometimes I feel like Venom, I meant sometimes I feel like the bad guy because of the hate I get for trying to save the youths. Well, in this case, I'm a youth. I need to speak up for myself. You're not saving me from no ish. I think I have to lecture you on some ish if it really comes to it, brother. Like, really. You might be more popular than me, but I don't think you can save me. I think I owe you some saving. With when I pon, like, how are you saving me? I'm trying to understand. People went on social media to really address Rema, like, you know, I think he enjoys that he trends sometimes when he says some of these things. So one guy says, which youth, my brother, focus on your music. Even our government never saved the youth. Now from Dumebi Karibele, you want to save. Bro, calm down. That's the point. Like, you know, like, look at the song and look at the message and look at what you're sending. So please, how are you saving us with your music? It was like Nigerians in Saudi Arabia saying, we don't want Nicki Minaj, but you like her music. You watch her music video. She influences your fashion. But then she's coming to perform in Saudi and you say it's a holy place. We don't need that to happen. Come on, man. You guys commit a lot of other sins in Saudi. You know what they say happens in those areas, stays in those areas, right? Let's leave it at that one. So Rema, please focus on your music. Save Corey de Bello or DNA or Mavins, or save something you can save. Maybe the record label, not the youths of Nigeria. We don't need saving from you. I believe I'm speaking for most of y'all out there. All right? I don't know if I'm correct. If I'm wrong, please tell me. Anyways, somebody saved somebody else. Congratulations to Davido's elder brother. He just saved. A woman just saved him. He didn't save the woman. She saved him. All right? He proposed. Perhaps that was what Davido was waiting for. You know how they say sometimes it's not really too good. You can jinx yourself if you get married before you're out the one. I don't know if Davido believes in that, but I've been asking myself, yo, bruh, if you love Chioma this much, get married to the lady. Well, he hasn't. I don't know. And you've got 30 BG. All right. So what are you waiting for? The brother has a video game by now. If you don't know, I think you should know Davido has a video game. It's mobile and it can only work with certain networks. I can't do promotion. They did not pay me. Let's leave that part out. So shout outs to his brother, his elder brother, a chairman of HKN Music, Adewale Adeleke, is off the market. The brother proposed. Congratulations to him. Shout out to the man. Respect and love. Anyways, that's where I'll wrap up the story part of the show. Let's get on to our What Would You Do? No, was that Waka State Tuesday? I'm too excited. Jeez, damn. Too excited right now. Anyway, so Waka State Tuesday is what it is. This is where I get to play you a song and you get to listen to the song and you guys get to tell me whether or not I should keep playing the song. It's simple. If you like the song, you say stay. If you don't like the song, you say waka. Easy. I'll play you a song. It's a gospel song. Please don't start calling me now. I haven't played the song yet. Hold up. All right, it's a gospel song. The name of the man who did it is Isaac. All right. And so I'd like you to listen to it. And when we return, I open the phone lines and you get to tell me whether or not we should keep playing this song. All right. Enjoy this particular one. We'll be right back.
The air I breathe you gave, the sunlight and the rain, the vegetation's great and small, necessities of life, you gave them all for free, oh. For free, oh, for free, oh. See the mountains and the hills, the ocean and the caves, all creation's great and small, the wonders of your hands, you gave them all to man, oh. So I asked, who am I? Who am I? God, you are so mindful of me. Who am I, God? God, you gave your life for me.
I got my Orobo moves on. I don't know what your guys think, but I could tell you one thing for sure. I think I'm one guy who can play any song at any time of the day and make you vibe to it. Like, I could do that. I'm bad like that. This is from Isaac. It's time for you guys to tell me what you think about the joint. I think it's great. Now, aside the fact that this song is talking about God and thanking God, there's more to it. Listen to the instrumentation, the music itself. That's what we want you to look at. So tell me what you think about this particular song. If you were in church and this was to drop, would you vibe to it? Would you really get out there and begin to thank God for everything God's done for you? Let's find out from you guys. Waka Stay Tuesday. So, yeah, I'll open the phone lines now and let me know what you think. Is it a waka or a stay? Very simple. Let's go, people. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yep, you're welcome. What's your name, please?
My name is Divine Favor.
All right, Divine. Oh, my goodness. Divine Favor. Like, it's you. Go ahead.
Let it stay.
Let it stay. All right, Divine Favor. Thank you very much. Stay it is. All right, thank you very much. Divine Favor. I felt like I was praying at that point when she said Divine Favor. I was like, yo, okay. Are you what people have been praying for? Let us know what you think. 0817-0000951 or 0810-951-0951. Good afternoon.
Hey, Dickie Jacob.
Okay. Waka or stay? Waka or stay? Jacob.
Hello.
We can hear you. Hello, Jacob.
Dickie Jacob.
Okay.
Super stay. The wonderful music.
Okay. All right. Stay it is. Deacon Jacob, thank you very much. I don't know if you're vibing to it. Let me know if you're vibing to it. Today 95.1 FM, you're welcome. What's your name?
I'm Jerry.
Jerry, okay. So what you think? Waka or stay?
Stay.
All right, thank you, Jerry. Stay it is. Let's move on now. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Edmond George.
All right, Edmond George, you're welcome. So what do you think about the joint? Waka or stay?
Yeah, because of the lyrics of the song, I would say stay.
What about the music itself?
The music itself, that I cannot tell. But the lyrics of the song means a lot. So
All right. Stay it is then. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I always said you guys, man, I know y'all would be like, oh, you know, we're talking about God. Like, I wouldn't want God to get angry at me. I just prayed for 2 million. And if I could say, like, Waka the song, God might just say, oh, you don't want to even have yourself associated with something that relates to me. I can't answer your prayers. No, don't worry. God is merciful. Just listen to the joint and tell me what you think. If you vibe to it, you say stay. If you don't vibe to it, be honest. You say Waka. It's simple. It's a vote. So far, we have stays all the way. Hello to the 95.1 FM. Good afternoon.
Hello, good morning.
All right, you're welcome. What's your name?
My name is Lizzie.
All right, Lizzie. So what do you think about the song Waka or Stay?
Stay it is. I love this song.
Oh, Stay it is. Are you dancing?
Yes, very well.
Okay.
Very well.
All right, then I'll play it for you. Stay it is. Here we go. Tell me what you guys think. Waka Stay Tuesday. Isaac is upon this track. He blessed it in many ways. So what do you think about it? Are you vibing to it? Do you love it? Would you jump out of your seat if you're in church and this one was to come up, all right? Would you be thanking God and crying and remembering everything God has done for you if you hear this song? Let's find out from you. Waka or stay. Very simple. Just call our lines and let us know. If you like the joint, you say stay. If you don't like it, you say Waka. That's how we roll. Very simple. That's why it's called Waka Stay Tuesday, actually. So the lines are open. 08109510951 or 0817000951. Don't forget, you can also send us a text message. Just indicate your name, where you're texting from, and just tell us Waka or stay. Very simple. The SMS portal is 0701-933-9962. Again, 0701-933-9962. Hello and good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
You're welcome. What's your name, please?
My name is Benson.
All right, Benson. So what do you think about the song Waka or Stay?
It's wonderful. S-T-A-Y.
Okay, S-T-A-Y. All right. What if I don't know how to spell? Wouldn't we have a problem? Yeah. Hello to the 95.1 FM. Hello? Hello?
Yes. Hello?
Yeah, what's your name, brother? Your name is?
Yeah, my name is
We can barely hear you, my man. I think you'd have to call us back. That would be the solution to this. We're having holdbacks. Hello to the 95.1 FM. You're welcome. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
I actually want the song to say, but I am keen to know about the song title.
Okay. We'll get the song title across to you now. I'll say it definitely before I wrap up the show.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, so yeah, you want to get the song title, Organedo. That's the title of the song, Organedo, and it was done by Isaac. So you could Google it and download. Hello to the 95.1 FM. You're welcome. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Ima from Melun.
All right, Ima, you're welcome.
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful music. Wonderful.
All right, so does that mean stay?
I think it's stay.
Okay,
Yeah,
stay it is. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, let's take about 2 more calls and then we call it quits on the show for today. What's your name, please, and where you're calling from? Okay, so what do you have to say about the song?
Waka, waka.
Okay, you're the first waka. Hope you're a child of God. All right, thank you very much. We got you. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. I will lost that call as well. Goodness me, we can't take any more calls. Let's just try go take a few messages and then we wrap up. We have about 2 minutes left on the show. And Simon Capoli from Rumomasi Capital, stay. This one says he got the pitch fluctuation wrong. Okay. We got some music directors in the SMS portal. Please, Emmanuel Undukwe. Oh, that's not what I was saying. I got the wrong thing now. Right, so, okay, he got the pitch fluctuation wrong, but was well augmented and covered by the instrumentation. The lyrics of the song should stay. Okay. So it's a super stay. Amici from Oyigbo. The Agansi from Akbajo says stay. For me, it's a stay. Doris from Rumorlumeni. This person just says stay. That's all you said. You did not include your name. And on that note, I got to go. Thank you very much. Don't forget the recap comes up at 6 p.m. so you don't want to miss that. MJ is going to be in the building and hopefully you get recharge cards. That's how it works every other time. My name is Trace. I am the coolest kid on radio. The guy you just have to love. Stay tuned now for the world news.
In Port Harcourt, South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1.
All right, the time is 12 o'clock. And it is time for the world news on your premium talk radio today, 95. Obiakpo local government area of River State. River State Governor Yesumike charges core members on national unity and integration. Senate President Ahmed Lawal charges media to step up its At least 2 people have allegedly been shot dead by security personnel around Rumusi in Obiakpo local government area of River State. Trouble started as some youth over the bad state of the road. Our correspondent Sandra Kenneth gathered that sporadic shooting continued at the popular T junction in Rumaolu community by men suspected to be security operatives, leaving everyone to scamper for safety. A youth leader in Inkpolu community, Ezekiel Kingsley, explained what transpired during the fracas.
We are at the mortuary. As we are at the mortuary, on our way leaving the mortuary, we got an information that 2 persons have been shot dead at Obrikwere. Got in there with the cops, saw the dead bodies. You understand? But we couldn't stop. We moved ahead to make sure that we buried our youth peacefully. Getting to the community to bury the boy, we saw another rapport. The plate number, which I cannot disclose, I don't know. A rapport with some men, with mobile policemen, where they are said to be sacked, and they say police, they say army. I don't understand. They start shooting directly on our attempt to lay the cops. Now, information we are getting after running away from the environment, information we are getting that they have come to retrieve the cops.
This report says 2 warring cold groups in MOA local government area of River State have embraced peace and promised to stop fighting. And members of the courts or Members of the court groups also pleaded for forgiveness and asked to be involved in the development of the local governments.
So I appreciate Chief Honorable Sergeant Awusi, courage. Someone else advised us and we agreed, and that's why we are here. At the same venture, I also appreciate the Royal Highnesses, the chiefs, the youths, the women leaders, and the women at the same time. I have to use this opportunity to also brief the entire MO of our people. Let us not encourage people to have that opportunity to humiliate each other. Let us use the opportunity to empower the youths.
One of the facilitators of the peace move, Chief Sergeant Awuse, who spoke on behalf of the chiefs of Emoa Kingdom, said they are happy for the huge steps taken by the repentant cultists.
Let there be peace. Let there be cessation of cultism in this place. We don't want anymore. We don't want any more cultism in any of our local government. We are tired. We don't want. I don't want anybody to take the activity we are doing today for granted. I want to thank all of you. Those of you who will be useful to yourself, this system will help you to be useful to yourself. We will do our best to support you. We will support you. Some of us are already there. We will do anything to make sure. We will do everything to ensure that you are rehabilitated.
In the meantime, authorities of the local government have directed security operatives to arrest and prosecute anyone in the act of crime. Our correspondent, Sandra Kenneth, reports that more than 100 members of the various cult groups were present at the peace accord. The kidnapped paramount ruler of Omofo village in Rundele community in Emo local government area, River State, Eze Edison Omeodu, has regained his freedom from his abductors. Eze Omeodu's freedom comes 6 days after he was abducted by a known gunman around the Iveco axis of the East-West Road. A younger brother to the monarch, Dr. Omeodu, confirmed the release of the paramount ruler to our correspondent, Uchendu Ejowo, via telephone.
We've been looking for him. We've been looking out for him. The security also have been doing their best. Security has been combing the area, but we have also been doing our own local, our own civil way. And by the grace of God, we make all attacks, mobilize all actions. Police were also doing the same thing, and I think even the military were doing the same thing. Because I know one of the times I went to my village, I saw some bands of police going down to the waterside of my community. So I think everybody was all hands were on deck. And luckily to us, by the grace of God, we saw him yesterday. I don't know if it's called, but he was at the police station in Umuji. So we went there. So we went and then picked him from there. But he was badly and brutally dealt with. He escaped death and whiskers. So we just give all thanks to God. We refuse him to die.
River State Governor Yesomike has advised members of the National Youth Service Corps deployed to the state to help build bridges of national unity and integration, which is the key objective of the NYSC scheme. Governor Wike, who gave the advice during the personnel parade by Batch B Corps members at the NYSC orientation camp at Nonwagbam in Tai, local government area of the state, reassured the Corps members of the hospitable nature of River State. The message of the governor was read by the Permanent Secretary, Special Services Bureau in the office of the Secretary to the State Government, George Nweke, who encouraged the Corps members to join hands with the current administration in ensuring meaningful contributions that will directly impact lives through community development projects. In a statement by the Press Secretary to the State Government, Juliana Massey, the governor further appealed to indigents and residents of the state as well as employers of labor to accommodate and inspire the Corps members like their own children. River State Governor Yesomike has given a marching order to the Committee for Accreditation and Approval of Private Basic Schools to visit all the private schools in the state. The governor also charged the committee members to ascertain the quality and the qualification of teachers in the schools. He gave the directive at the inauguration of the committee for the 3 senatorial districts of the state at the government house in Port Harcourt. Governor Wike warned that relationship of the committee members with proprietors of the private schools should not affect their criteria for judgment and approval of the schools.
So many schools today
You don't even know where they are. But yet, our children attend such schools, and then they come out and write exams, and then look at the quality. So bad. So we really want to find out, those schools, are they supposed to be schools at all? People will build schools. You don't have playground for children. What are the qualifications of the teachers? Who are those teachers who are teaching these pupils? Who are they? Are they school graduates or they are NCE? Nobody knows. So I want to play with all of you. These assignments are very critical. Now that you have the opportunity to also contribute, don't see it as, look, this is my own time. You must visit the schools, not that they have submitted application. I don't want to hear that our party person, that's not like party person here. I'm not interested. I don't want to hear, they say the secretary of the party. So he has interest in this school. Please, secretary of the party did not appoint you. And the one who appointed you, you must do this work so we can get things right.
On his part, the chairman of the Accreditation and Approval of Private Basic Schools for Rivers East Senatorial District, Professor Ozo Mekuri Indimele, who spoke on behalf of other members, assured the governor of the committee's commitment to discharge its assignment creditably.
On behalf of members of the three committees, I wish to sincerely thank Your Excellency for appointing us to serve the state in these three all-important committees. The business of running private schools has become an all-commerce affair with the motive of making profits by the operators without regard to standards and quality. By putting the committees together, Your Excellency has shown that you are a leader with an eagle's eye and that you are determined to give quality education to our people. Therefore, sir, we promise to work very hard and honestly too to enable you to fulfill your promise to your people.
Our correspondent reports that the committee have 1 month to complete its assignment. The Governorship Elections Petition Tribunal sitting in Port Harcourt have dismissed the petition of the African Action Congress AAC and its governorship candidate Mabo Awara challenging the victory of Governor Nyesom Wike and the People's Democratic Party. The three-man panel led by Justice J.A. Ojako dismissed the petition on technical grounds that both the first and second petitioners abandoned their petitions. The tribunal in the first ruling dismissed all applications filed on behalf of the AAC by the second petitioner, Awara. The tribunal also dismissed for incompetence another application for pre-trial hearing by the counsel to the governorship candidate of AAC, Mustafa Ibrahim. Counsel to AAC, Henry Bello, spoke on the two applications that were ruled upon but did not disclose its next line of action.
Now, we now filed applications to set aside all the processes filed between 22nd of May and 22nd of authority on the second. So all those processes were nullified today, and the court also heard that they were filed in abuse of the process of the tribunal. One of such processes, in fact, two of such processes, are application for issuance of pre-hearing information. And the court also heard that our own application was also not properly filed. Now, the consequence of not filing application for pre-hearing or filing out of time or filing incompetently is that there is no application for pre-hearing. The court therefore invoked the powers conferred on the court to strike out, to dismiss the petition as an abandoned petition. When something is dismissed, it is over. Petition filed by Awara and ACC has been dismissed today by the tribunal. Thank you.
Mustafa Ibrahim, who is the counsel to the AAC governorship candidate Mabo Awara, after narrating what transpired in court, says he expects to be briefed on the next line of action.
We drew their attention to an earlier filed application which we felt should sustain the petition, and also informed the court that there's a constitutional provision that makes it compulsory that even if there's a challenge to jurisdiction, whichever way it goes, the court should defy its judgment until final. Usually, they struck out the earlier one we filed, but nobody referred the court to the one we had filed before that day, which was on the 28th of March of May. So we referred the court that because that 28th of May was still alive and no clear order had struck it out, it was alive to at least commence pre-hearing. Let every other application go into pre-hearing, but of course the court decided otherwise. The petition has been dismissed, but of course it doesn't end there. There are several options available to the petitioner, which of course are guaranteed that he will. Okay, that may not be correct. Yes, we do not have any petition before this tribunal, but we have cases in other areas.
The People's Democratic Party has called its first witness, Buba Galadima, at the resumed hearing of its petition at the Presidential Election Tribunal. Galadima was called to the witness stand at the proceedings after the petitioners, through their lawyer, tendered some result sheets in respect to 4 local government areas of Kano State. Under cross-examination by President Buhari's counsel, Wole Olanikpekun, asked Galadima if he was convinced that President Buhari was qualified to run the initial 4 times he ran for the presidency, and Galadima answered in the affirmative. When asked why he fell out with the president and why he thought the president was not qualified to run, Galadima said he is a fighter against injustice and he felt the president was not qualified again because of bad governance. He also claimed he has nothing personal against President Buhari, but against bad governance. It may interest you to know that Galadima is a spokesperson for the Atiku Campaign Organization and former ally of President Buhari. The appeal court in Abuja has reserved judgment in the appeal filed against President Mahmoud Buhari's academic qualification for the 2019 presidential election. The 3-member panel of the appellate court, presided over by Justice Atinuke Akomolafe Wilson, reserved judgment after listening to the argument conversed by counsel to parties in the suit. At the proceedings, counsel to the appellant, Upa Ukairo, insisted that President Buhari was not educationally qualified to have stood for the presidential poll on the grounds that the required certificates were not attached to his form CF001 submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission for clearance to contest the presidential poll. The council dismissed the claim that the suit of the appellant was statute bad, adding that the case was instituted on November 5, 2018, within the 14 days allowed by law. He asked the court to nullify Buhari's participation in the February 23 presidential election because he was not educationally qualified for the poll at the time he did. However, lawyers to the first and second respondents urged the court to dismiss the appeal for being incompetent and lacking in merits. You're listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After the break, more news, foreign and sports stories. Stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM. 95.1 FM. Voice of the People.
And we're back.
You're still listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. Welcome back. And now to the rest of the news. The Independent National Electoral Commission has said constitutional and legal alterations and amendments alone cannot solve the challenges of the electoral process in the country. INEC revealed this through its National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, at the post-2019 General Elections Review meeting with the media held in Lagos. Ahead of the forthcoming off-season elections, the Commission called on the media, civil society organizations, political parties, the executive and the legislature to tease out problematic areas of the Constitution, which would then be harvested, turned into bills, and presented to the National Assembly for legislative action. Okoye stating that the Commission had carried out and was still carrying out in-house review of the 2019 elections, urged all stakeholders to do the same. The President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has charged the media in Nigeria to prepare for a watchdog role in the next level agenda of the governing All Progressives Congress. Lawan, who gave the charge while speaking at the 2019 Senate Press Corps Day and launching of West African Parliamentary Press Corps, where he was represented by his deputy, Ovie Omo Agege, said the issue of separation of powers is all about check and balances. Charging the legislature at the federal and state levels to consistently work hard and change the lives of the people for the better, Lawan further urged the media to focus more on developmental reporting. Senior Magistrate Abdullahi Ilela has granted bail to Senator Elisha Abel, who was arraigned on a one-count charge of assault. Senator Abel was granted bail in the sum of 5 million naira and 2 sureties in like sum. Magistrate Ilela granted the senator bail after he pleaded not guilty to the one-count charge against him and added that the sureties must have verifiable addresses within the Federal Capital Territory. The senator representing Adamawa North Senatorial District had earlier apologized to Nigerians, the People's Democratic Party, and women in general following a viral video in which he was seen physically assaulting a lady. On the foreign scene, a motorbike ban aimed at curbing crime has come into effect in Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa. It was announced last month, with City Mayor Takele Umar saying that a large number of crimes were being carried out by people on motorbikes. At the time, Takele said the exceptions would be made for people using the vehicles for business, but there seems to be some confusion. One food delivery company has suspended its services while it works out what is happening. Last month, another company announced on Facebook that the authorities had begun seizing motorbikes and it was suspending operations for the safety of its drivers. United Kingdom's government has reaffirmed its full support for the UK's ambassador to the United States after Donald Trump said it will no longer work with him. The US president was responding after leaked emails revealed Kim Darroch had called his administration inept. In a series of tweets, Trump also criticized Theresa May's handling of Brexit, saying she had created a mess. Downing Street called the leak unfortunate and said the UK and US still shared a special and enduring relationship. And now to end the news, here is a summary of the major stories. Security operatives have allegedly shot 2 persons in the Rumusi community in Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has charged core members on national unity and integration. The Senate President Ahmed Lawal has charged the Nigerian media to step up its watchdog role in this next level agenda of the APC. On the foreign scene, a ban on motorbikes in Ethiopia has come into effect amid confusion. That was the news as edited by Chinedu Wuna. For comments and enquiries, please call 0815-341-8657 or 0814-434-3502 or send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. I am Kala Dakorubatbo. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned to Today 95.1 FM. Today's also is up next. Good afternoon.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Are you in search of a place to do all your audio recordings? From jingle, documentaries, church messages, and lots more.
Are you in search of a platform to give your business maximum exposure? Look no further. Come advertise with Today FM. With our unbeatable reach, we'll give your business the boost it so dearly needs. Visit us now at number 1 Today FM Drive off East West Road, Rumekini, Port Harcourt. Whatever the business is, we'll give it a voice.
Today 95.1 FM,
morning.
good morning.
My name is Ifeanyi. I'm calling you. Hello?
Yes, Today 95.1 FM, good morning.
My name is William. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, William from Port Harcourt, go ahead.
Talk radio.
You have a right to say no, right? All right.
I'm calling from Yenipua.
Okay, thank you so much from Yenagua.
We are the station that needs no introduction. Of course, you know, we give the best in news, sports.
You like football, right?
Entertainment, politics. In fact, call it talk.
Yes, we know there's a lot you want to hear, and that is why we talk about everything.
Talk radio.
We're right before you. It's just a dial away. This is your number 1 premium talk radio. Today, 95.1 FM. Voice of the people.
It's that time on radio. Let's take you into the life and times of men and women who inspire, role models who have shaped the world.
Let me take you through a journey of Nigeria's nationalism. Do you know who the founder of Nigeria's nationalism was? He's sometimes acclaimed as the Gandhi of West Africa. He was a man of many parts, a civil engineer, a surveyor by training, a civil servant, a politician, an editor, a journalist, an accomplished violinist, a historian, and wait for it, an ex-convict. the founding father of Nigeria's nationalism. He helped to lay the foundation of modern Nigeria and contributed to the shaping of popular perceptions of a modern nation and its obligations to the public. In addition, he maintained an abiding interest in the history and concerns of black people throughout the world. Herbert Olayinka Samuel Healers Badmus Macaulay. That's a mouthful, right? He was born in Lagos on the 14th of November 1864 to Thomas Babington Macaulay and Abigail Crowther, children of people captured from what is now present-day Nigeria and resettled in Sierra Leone by the British West African Squadron and eventual returnees to Nigeria. Thomas Babington Macaulay was one of the sons of Ojo Oraire, while Abigail Crowther was the daughter of Bishop Samuel Ajayi Crowther, a descendant of King Abiodun. Thomas Babington Macaulay was the founder of the first secondary school in Nigeria, the CMS Grammar School, Lagos, between 1869 and 1877. Macaulay attended Breadfruit School, Lagos, and Faji School, Lagos, for his elementary education from 1877 to October 1880. He attended CMS Grammar School, Lagos, for his secondary school after going to a Christian missionary school. From childhood, young Herbert Macaulay learned the importance of a sound education, patriotism, and of course Christian values. However, his grandparents and parents also believed in the importance of indigenous Yoruba cultural values and of working within the larger culture around them. Like many later Pan-Africanists, they advocated the intelligent selection of progressive values and institutions from westernized Christianity and African society. Coming from such a family, he must have experienced a lot of pressure to enter the clergy, but he rejected this career in favor of a more worldly career. He took a job as a clerk at the Lagos Department of Public Works in 1881. In July 1890, the government sent him abroad for further training under G.D. Bellamy of Plymouth. 3 years later, he qualified as a civil engineer, the first Nigerian in this profession. On his return to Lagos, the government made him a surveyor of crown lands in Lagos. However, he soon became dissatisfied with the conditions of his employment. Like many of his African colleagues, he hated the two-tier system then existed in government service, whereby British civil servants enjoyed better conditions and much higher salaries than Africans. Thus, in 1898, Macaulay decided to go into private practice as a licensed surveyor and architect. His practice, however, was not very successful. Constantly in financial distress, he took advantage of his position as executor of the estate of a family dependent from which he misappropriated funds. Unfortunately, this act became known to the authorities and he was tried and sentenced to 2 years imprisonment. While many sympathized with him because of the extenuating circumstances of his large extended family, this event meant that he could never become a candidate for public office. Now, barred from elective public office, Macaulay made his mark in politics through journalism and political organizations and various advisory capacities. Between 1890 and 1927, he was a frequent contributor to the Nigerian Chronicle. In 1927, Macaulay joined forces with his friend Dr. John Akilade Colcrick, a physician and politician, to buy the Lagos Daily News, the first daily newspaper in British West Africa. Founded in 1925, Macaulay decided on political tone of the paper. This provided his platform for his battles against the government and his African political opponents. During the 1920s, a period in Nigerian history associated with the beginning of political agitation for self-rule, Macaulay became a leading figure in the first generation of Nigerian nationalists. In 1921, Macaulay passionately led protests in Lagos over water rates, land issues, and mishandling of railway finances. In 1922, he helped a Lagos chief in his legal battle with the colonial government, who had forcefully taken some of his land for government purposes. The highest court in England heard the case and returned the land to the chief. This victory inspired Macaulay to establish in 1923 Nigeria's first political party, the Nigerian National Democratic Party, whose members were the first to sit in the Legislative Council. The NNDP was the first well-organized political party in Commonwealth West Africa. Its motto was Salus Populi Suprema Lex. The safety of the people is the greatest law. Its candidates won all the elective seats in the Nigerian legislature between 1923 and 1938. For fear that government might take action against him, Macaulay refused to hold any party office until 1930s. But in Lagos, there was no doubt that he was the driving force and real power behind the scenes. He maintained close ties with the first executive councils and was always present at NNDP public meetings. Further, he had extensive links with the masses of Lagosians through their traditional popular associations, particularly the Market Women Union and many vocational unions. He encouraged market women and elite women to take part in party activities, including speaking at its meetings. In 1931, relations with Macaulay and the British began to improve up to the point that the governor held conferences with Macaulay. In October 1938, the more radical Nigerian youth movement fought and won elections for the Lagos Town Councils, ending the dominance of Macaulay and his National Democratic Party. In order to avoid the demise of the party, Macaulay's NNDP joined forces with the Nigerian youth movement to form the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, NCNC. The NCNC, led by Macaulay, was not set out to be a political party. It was more of a nationalist organization designed to advocate for an independent Nigeria. In August 1944, however, he saw the leadership and strategy of the National Council of Nigeria and Cameroons, NCNC, offered brilliant prospects in the struggle for self-government. Although many of his colleagues in the NNDP executive disagreed with him, he carried the day when he threatened to resign if they did not agree to enter into a coalition of interest groups. Nnamdi Azikiwe, the dynamic leader of the NCNC then, capitalized on Macaulay's decision to join the party. At this time, Macaulay was 80 years old, but still appeared physically strong and mentally alert. But his insistence in undertaking a strenuous campaign against the constitutional proposals of 1945 proposed by Governor Richards taxed his strength. While on the national tour, he suffered an acute attack of rheumatism and was forced to return to Lagos, where he died on 7th of May 1946. Huge crowds, estimated variously between 100,000 and 200,000, turned out in the streets to mourn, and all the markets closed for 2 full days. The leadership of the NCNC went to Azikiwe, who later became the first president of Nigeria. Macaulay was buried at Ikoyi Cemetery in Lagos on 11th of May 1946. Nnamdi Azikiwe delivered a funeral oration at Macaulay's burial ceremony. As is customary among the Yoruba, when a distinguished leader dies at an advanced age, his funeral became the occasion for a prolonged celebration of a life well lived and public service well acclaimed. He was survived by 2 children, Sarah Abigail Idowu Macaulay and Oliver Ogedengbe Macaulay.
Personality profile. Now you know.
Are you in search of a place to do all your audio recordings? From jingle, documentaries, church messages, and lots more.
Are you in search of a platform to give your business maximum exposure? Look no further. Come advertise with Today FM. With our unbeatable reach, we'll give your business the boost it so dearly needs. Visit us now at number 1 Today FM Drive off East West Road, Rumekini, Port Harcourt. Whatever the business is, we'll give it a voice.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
This is Today 95.1 FM. To copy this tune, press 9.
This is Today.
95.1 FM.
For current news and information, press 5.
They are politicians, all of them. They know what they do.
So they know how they attack each other.
To stay connected all day, press 1.
The person who raised the alarm is the one who made the public know about.
Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on your Premium Talk Radio station.
We are your Premium Talk Radio station. Today 95.1 FM, the station with a unique dial.
Yeah. I pray for wisdom. Pray for strength. Hey. Oh Lord, save me from frenemies. May nothing come to join our destiny. May nothing make me deal with their fallacies. For my house or even if not overseas. Oh Lord, give me bazooka. Make I bomb them, scatter them from area. The fire will go follow them. The Holy Ghost fire, my brother. No be small matter. As I look out through my window, me I know they see them happy. Them don't enter house already. They follow me smoke my body. Oh Lord, now you go save me. And as I take another step, I hear whatever I hear. I say who they there, who will come they bite me for here. Meanwhile before the mosquito I've been there. Now everything's suspicious in the air. I start to follow them slowly. I start to wonder why they won't shut themselves out from glory. I start to wonder how them know me. And if you check them well, them been the picture for my story. Oh Lord, save me from frenemies. May nothing come to join our destiny. May nothing make me deal with their fallacies. For my house or even if they're overseas. Oh Lord, give me bazooka. Make I bomb them, scatter them from area. The fire will go